Debuting at the standalone event in Prague, the Octavia 4 follows in the new Volkswagen Golf's footsteps revealed last month. The Czech sibling of Europe's best-selling car continues to be at the higher end of the compact segment when it comes to size, as the liftback is now 19mm longer and 15mm wider than before. As far as the engines are concerned, the engine lineup obviously mirrors that of the new Golf. It starts off with a 3-cylinder 1.0 TSI gasoline unit developing 110 horsepower and 148 foot-pounds of torque, which you can have with mild hybrid tech. The 4-cylinder 1.5 TSI is rated at 150 horsepower and 184 foot-pounds of torque, and is also available in an electrified variant, with both carrying the E-Tech badge. The quickest Octavia upon launch will be the version equipped with the DSG-only 2.0-liter TSI developing 190 horsepower and 236 foot-pounds of torque, which will be good for a 0 to 62 mile per hour run of 6.9 seconds and a top speed of 144 miles per hour. On the diesel side, the 2.0 TDI will be available with 116 horsepower, 150 horsepower, and 200 horsepower with either a 6-speed manual or a 7-speed DSG. Torque for the diesel can go as high as 295 foot-pounds for the all-wheel drive model, which will complete the sprint in 7.1 seconds. Then there's the 1.5-liter TSI G-Tech, which is Skoda's way of referring to the version developed to run on compressed natural gas, CNG. It uses a 4-cylinder mill hooked up to a 6-speed manual or a 7-speed DSG, sending 130 horsepower and 148 foot-pounds of torque to the wheels. Much like the Superb 4 and Golf GTE, the new Octavia will be offered with a plug-in hybrid system rated at a combined 204 horsepower and 258 foot-pounds of torque, courtesy of a 1.4-liter TSI gasoline engine and an electric motor. It's been engineered to work with a 6-speed DSG and a 13 kilowatts per hour battery pack, offering an electric range of 55 kilometers or 34 miles based on WLTP. Bear in mind that going for the PHEV model will have a negative impact on cargo volume, which will drop to 450 liters for the liftback and 470 liters for the wagon. The long roof model will be the first to go on sale since it's the more popular body style, with the liftback to follow a few weeks later. The rugged Scout and the Sporty RS have already been confirmed for a 2020 release.
And do you still remember why the Octavia is called Octavia? Yes? It was the 8th model in the new automotive era after 1945. Since then, 6.5 million Octavias have been delivered. 6.5 million. In 2018, the Octavia contributed 31% of Škoda's total global production. And today, we are introducing the 4th generation. This is, believe me, a very huge responsibility for me, but also for my whole team. And if you have done everything all right, or at least almost everything, you are a very happy person. For example, the right design. You have to jump as fast as possible, but not too far. Very emotional and typical Škoda, crystalline, but also sculptured and timeless. Sustainability has a very high priority for us. We offer mild hybrid, plug-in hybrid, CNG drive, and the latest generation of engines. And we have reduced the drag coefficient by, again, 14%. We offer many new technologies, new assistance systems such as Travel Assist 2.0 and Predictive ACC, which increase comfort and safety enormously. The connectivity services offers new opportunities for you to use your vehicle. But what is the core of Škoda? Value for money and simply clever ideas. In addition to our many hardware simply clever ideas, we are translating now this motto into the digital world. a 100% customizable home display, and your personal vehicle configuration can be saved with a PIN and then transferred to any other Octavia in the world online. This is simply clever too. Everything we put into this car. And if you have done everything all right, or at least nearly everything, you are a really happy person. And now I would like to welcome Oliver Stefani, Head of Design, on stage. Oliver.
Christian.
If you look at this car, you can feel its strong personal character.
Well, yes, Christian, I have to say, this car is really, again, a class of its own. But ladies and gentlemen, please let me one thing first. And that is a great honor for me to stay here tonight and to present you the next Octavia. As a designer, to work on this car is something very special because, as Bernard Meyer said, it's the icon of the brand and it's the heart of the company. So we worked on this project very carefully, but with passion, and always trying to push the limits. And I can tell you, we are very, very proud of this fantastic looking car. And I think everybody can already feel the substance of this car. So let's talk a little bit about the design. For the first time, we combined this expected Skoda functionality with a very strong emotional approach. And together with our crystalline design language, we create this distinctive Octavia look. Look at this dynamic and elegant side view. You immediately feel the difference. The long bonnet, the dynamic greenhouse, and the short rear deck making the car very fluent and elegant. The Skoda typical character line and the crystalline window graphic creating the unique character of the Octavia. And the body side is generally sculptured, and the relation between the wheels that goes up to 19-inch and the body are just perfect. Thank you for this, Christian.
For the big wheels.
Yeah.
If a Skoda comes down the street, you can see immediately this is a Skoda. Tell me our secret.
Well, let's look at the front. Brand identity is very important to us. We want that you recognize a car from a long distance as a Skoda. And this identity comes from the connection of the power dome with the logo and the grille. And together with the full matrix headlights, these elements create the Skoda face. And the grille on the Octavia is more upright and more proud than in any other Skoda. The lower part of the front makes the car look wide and sporty. Now, let's take a look at the rear. The rear of the car is almost coupé-like, very elegant, very dynamic. The Skoda lettering is flanked by the razor-sharp full LED rear lights, and in the rear you find also a lot of aerodynamic features that are nicely integrated at the rear of the car, but also as the spoiler. And this makes also a good drag coefficient, but not that's the only one.
No, of course not. As I mentioned, we worked really hard on the aerodynamic, and for instance, an intelligent cooling system, optimized underbody paneling, and more resistance-optimized wheels. Also in the interior, we make a very big step. We offer brand new technologies, such as a digital cockpit with two 10-inch displays, this windshield head-up display, and shift-by-wire. And shift-by-wire and all this together gave you many more opportunities to create the car.
Yes, the new televisions in the Inter gave us a lot of freedom and a lot of opportunities. One was the integration of this big 10-inch screen in the middle of the dashboard. The Inter architecture was inspired by the bonnet of the car, so we bring the screen in the best possible position, so it's visible and reachable as well as from the driver's seat as from the passenger seat, and we call this the democratic approach of Skoda. Our interior is also symmetric, and by stretching the air vents into the doors, it gives this spacious Skoda feeling. The dashboard is made of different layers of surfaces and sophisticated materials to give some kind of lightness to it. And by having shift-by-wire and electric parking brake, we can also offer much more storage room in the center console, which is also typical Skoda. And last but not at least, we also have a new two-spoke steering wheel that underlines the discrete perfection of the Octavia interior.
And Oliver, how do you feel? Are you a really happy person now?
Yes, Kisha, I'm super happy with this car.
Same
And
with
I have
me.
to say, the whole team is very happy
Yes.
with this.
And in this moment, I would like to say thank you very much to the whole team in Lada Boleslav, Scala, Karmic, and Octavia. Within 1 year, this was an incredible job, and this is an incredible job. Thank you very much.